Hey everyone, welcome to Off Grid Rooster. I'm Rooster. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and check out my links also. So with that out of the way, I am just tacking on the fence so I can stretch it and get to the corner. I came up with a different idea. It's hard doing it by myself, so I'm taking it a day at a time, basically. And little by little, it's going to get done. This is what I've been doing. I'm going to move this over so you can see this is the roll, and I'm installing the fence on the inside so the dogs can't push out because those are my biggest threat right now for them to escape. And I'm not worried about the outside because everything is going to be basically geared to stop the predators on the bottom from here. So little by little, it's getting done, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to bring you to this post right here, and you'll be able to see. Give me 1 second while I get some pieces together. But I'll be right back. Don't leave. Please don't leave. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I thought I was prepared, and of course not. So what I'm doing is I tack the beginning right here. This is where the gate is going to go. And I just secured it. It's not, that's not the final piece that I'm doing. I'm just tacking it up so I can stretch it a little bit. And once I get to each piece, I will extend it out and make it tighter. The way I do it is by I'm just basically holding it. I put two of these together and I interlock them in, holding the fence up. Everything else is loose except for that end there. Everything is tied up right now. So I'm going to go around the other way because, as a matter of fact, I go this way. Can't make up my mind. This one is also done. Here, it's just holding it there in place. So I lift up, I roll the fence up, standing up, and it stays up. So little by little, I just move it, tack the top up, and do the same thing. This is just tacking it up. Now, what I will do after it's all tacked up, I go to each section, pull, get the truck of my bus, put a 2x4 with hooks, and pull each section until I have it taut, real tight as I can, without bending it. And then I will use this. This is rebarb wire. This is what they use for rebarb when they do construction and pouring cement. They get this wire as a tough wire, and this is a tool. I'm going to loop the ends almost like this, and then once I get the two loops together, hook this up, and then spin it, and it'll tighten it up better than doing it with my fingers and cutting myself up, because I've already been cutting myself up here. So that's, in theory, it should work. If it doesn't, I'll adjust again. But I'm going to show you how I do this, and I hope I got you close enough so you can see. I don't go all the way up. I just go down to the middle. I hope it doesn't fall. What I do is I try to get one of these pieces which is this one here, just to hold it up. Now I'll put it behind it and on the pole. Then I take this piece, hook it down, squeeze this together, and put it in. It's hard working with this, so just bear with me. I push that down. I'm going to get a different pair of pliers. I don't like these pliers. And then what I do is I fold them and cut and tighten one side up so it doesn't come out. Twist it around and do the same thing on this side. That way it doesn't slip. Now, this is just tacking it, so it'll stay up. It won't fall down that way, and then I have to start all over again because this has weight when it tips over. Then I come down to this side. This is the a harder piece to do because I have to lift up that fence by myself. So what I try to do is move it slowly. I try to grab it from the inside and then I'll drag it over. This weighs a ton. So it's 100 feet of fencing. Try to grab it from the bottom, from the outside, so I don't get hurt. And everything else is holding, and slowly I inch it. It takes a lot of work, a lot of patience. Again, in the perfect world, you get a couple of guys and they put this up right away. But since I'm not, I'm trying to do this all by myself. I just roll it, lift it up again, use my brute strength and not get it hooked on the bottom ones. Maybe I'm positioned in the wrong way. It's getting caught on the bottom fence that I put in. And filming doesn't help either. So I'll go in here, try to lift it as much as I can, and put it up on without getting it hooked, and slowly inch it with it. I hope you can see this. I grab the outer so I don't get, and the inner to lift the whole roll up just a few inches so I can move it closer and not get it stuck on the bottom. So I squat, use my whole body physics, and try to move it. Now it's stuck on the bottom, so what I'll do is dig down a little deeper, go down further, and try to lift without lifting it up. I gotta roll it again because the bottom is getting hooked on it, and that makes it a little difficult. Again, this is the way I do things. I get it done, even though it's hard. I need to get my hand in here to get to the bottom. Let me tip it to see what's it getting caught on. I see. This is the hardest part, is stretching it. And I'm going to take camera off the tripod so you can see where it's holding up and why I have to go through all this. Okay. Here on the bottom, you can see this piece right here. It's holding on to the metal of this piece. This is part of the fence itself. This piece is the fence itself, and it's caught here in the middle. If I move this, I hope it doesn't fall. Let me get these pliers. Hopefully I could bend it up. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm working one hand and then the other one. Hope it doesn't slip on me. Okay. Okay, it's now loose. Right here. Let me see if you can see it. Right here, that little bump was caught on the middle. Now I have to lift it up again. I'm going to put you on the tripod so you can see. I got to keep an eye on my dogs because they're inspecting, and you can see one of my dogs here looking, and if that tipped, it'll squash her. Back it up. Back it up. Good girl. So, you think, you know, was he making it so hard? There's an easier way. I understand. And I appreciate the comments. If you could find something easier that I can do by myself, moving all this around, put it in the comments. I'll take a look at it, and if it works for me, I'll use it. But poquito a poco, in Spanish that means little by little. So now I'll lift it up. I don't want to get my fingers caught. Got stuck again. I try to roll it, but the ends are open. Let me see if I could. These are the adjustments I'll go through until I get it done. Oh, I know why. Because this slipped over. I had a holding up there. Okay. All right. Now what I'll do, let me try this again. Stretch it out a little. Back-breaking work. So I could tell you. But it'll get done. All right, here we go. All right. I'm trying to unroll it at the same time so I could give it a little bit more play. It's coming along. I'm inching it away. Hopefully it'll stay here. And then I'll grab some of these pieces. This is standing up. This I move closer. And then I move it to position. And see, this wire is a lot flexible but sturdy, and it's thicker, so I could easily hook it. Then I use this pair of pliers to make a hook on it, stick this end in down until it grasps, and then this end on this side. So now I'm holding this piece. I'm going to widen up the opposite piece so it would slide in. And there it is. And there it is. Now what I'll do is I'll loop this one to make sure it's grabbing. Just like that one. So when it tips over, it's not going anyplace. Hopefully. Seems like a lot of work, which it is, but tighten that side up, tighten this side up, and now it's on. It's completely on. So it won't go anyplace. This is not moving. This is, I'm gonna roll it to the next one and then keep going around on the inside until I get to the end. But this is the way it's gonna stay. And again, what I'm trying to accomplish is that each section from this pole to this pole, starting from all the way down from the beginning, I pull section. Since it's already tacked in, it's not going to fall back and forth. This row is going to stay here because all the weight is being pulled on this side and it's leaving the row alone, that it won't tip over. If that tipped over and I didn't have them tacked on, it would just bring the whole fence down. Not the poles, just the fencing part will bring it down, and I would have to start all over again. That's why I just tack it up. That way I can go all the way back here. This is what you do. You try to figure things out and do the best that you can, little by little. It doesn't have to be done in a day, which I would like it to be done in a day so I could do what I have to. My dogs will be getting neutered, spaded very soon. I'm already communicating with the people, so they wanted us today to get my dogs spaded. I'm trying to get as much of this done so I don't have to worry when I bring them back, since we have to travel about 4 hours to get them done. To get them fixed, they have to come back another 4 hours. I was able to obtain some cages so I could put 2 dogs in each. I think I'm going to put a total of 4 dogs. I'm going to put 2 of my females and 2 of my males. I can't put Isa, the one that has the puppies, because she's still nursing. So I have to wait for a little while until she stops nursing and she gets back into shape in order for me to get her spaded. The females are the problems. They're the ones that are giving me the babies when a male comes in. My males are always tied up. They don't get to touch any of my females. That's why they're in that soon to be larger hen house. So I hope you understand my explanation and what I'm doing, and it'll get done. you'll see the finished product. Little by little, I'm going to take steps, and you know, like I can't change uh, what I see out of my eyes. I just have to adjust, and I've been learning that ever since I've gotten here. Just to give you a little example of where my mind goes, I say stay out of my head, but sometimes you need to stay in your head so you could learn things and reevaluate what I have to reevaluate what I'm doing. And then the following day, I have a clearer picture. And then if I have to make any adjustments, I make those adjustments. Uh, this is just the way I do things. You might have a better way. You might have the help. Go for it. You know, um, I'm trying the best with what I know. And when I make my mistakes, I learn more and not repeat the same thing. So this is my first doing it by myself. This is a different type of fencing than the chain link fence. So that chain link fence is a little bit more flexible and lighter. This is a lot heavier, thicker gauge uh, to keep everything in and out of this place. Again, one day at a time, a minute at a time, however it takes, that's what I'm going to do. But it's coming along. It's finally getting here. Once I see myself do something and putting it up, it's progress. Even if I put just one panel up, that's progress. I don't have to do that panel again. But as you can see, right now, it's wobbly. It's not wobbly, it's there, but it's curved in and out. This is going to be the tricky part. It's situated here. I'll pull that. These are anchored in with cement. So what I'll do is I'll just move it ever so gently to get it into position. And I'll start on this end and then move it closer to this end while pulling it up and bending it so it'll hold its form up against the poles. If not, I'll try to get someone to help me out. If it gets to be a little too much for me, but I don't think anything is too much. I'll just keep on trying. I'm stubborn in that way. I gotta try. I gotta try myself and fix it. What would happen if these people, this community wasn't here? I'm still gonna have to do it again. I might not do it with the same materials, but I will get it done. I had a farm once before and it was just wooden post and everything, but the temperature switch, the fluctuation on temperature wasn't a factor at that time. You had the seasons gradually coming in, so you were able to work. Right now, they're talking about next week, the high is going to be maybe in the 30s, and then it's going down to the teens at night. So not only am I doing this, I'm preparing for that cold spell that's coming in. Right now, we're in January, so you figure it'll start warming up again like the end of February and March, and the temperatures will be rising slowly for maybe a month, and bang, heat comes back in. So I'm trying to do as much as I can. I don't want to tear my body apart more than what it already is. But as you can see, it's coming along. And when I get to this part here, I'll unhook this piece, that's holding it together, and then I will move it to my right. And this will bubble out a little bit more, and I will continue doing it for each piece. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, please, please, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Thank you to my viewers that I see outside, and they recognize me and comment on the stuff that I'm doing. Not only am I doing this to show you what I do it, but how I handle it, how my God is in me. We all carry our higher power inside ourselves. And you got to work that faith. You know, it'll come through. It might not come on my time. It's going to come on his time. So, again, be safe. One day at a time.